So, wenn du hierher gehst, dann kriegst du das kleine Streaming-Video und ich würde sogar an deiner Stelle ausmachen, weil wir haben relativ wenig Bandbreite immer. So, und jetzt sind wir online. Und Sie können, and now they can also hear us because you can see it down here. Yep, all there. And if we hear now, you don't have the earbuds now, but take that. If we hear now. All right, everyone, we start in a second, just a second. So here we go. Hello, and I turn on some sounds.
Some music mix for us, not for me, for you.
Someone have to listen to it. Hey, Stefan. Hi,
hello, everyone. It's nice to see you guys around.
Yeah, fantastic that you made it to the second stream today. Hope you are prepared.
What does Stefan write?
He don't have so much time this afternoon.
Ah, yeah, okay.
But that's all right. I mean, but I think he just wanted to see that he has now the wrench. Because congratulations, Stefan. Thank you so much. We invited you as a moderator, so you have now the allowance to check the comments. If there are coming too much chat messages, you are allowed, I think, to delete messages and so on and so forth.
Okay,
so
I don't
well
know
deserved, because we have a lot of trust of you. So thanks for that.
Thank you for supporting
us. Are willing to do that. It's amazing. And yeah, so the live streams from Recipe App. What did we do the last time, Mahtab? Tell us.
Yeah, it's a good question, Max. I would say for that, please open our app so that we can have a look and remember what we did last time.
Sure. Oh, so I have to close here a little bit off. And let's go here.
Yeah, you do. Turn on the device.
I have still Flutter on master channel. Do you think that is a problem? Should I switch to the stable channel quickly?
I think we can try it out if it doesn't work. Yeah.
Okay, so let's stick on master. And if we get problems, we can stay. Because usually in the Recipe App I try to be on the stable channel.
Till now we tried always in the stable channel. What we can also do is, Max, to try it on the web and see how does it look like on the web.
You can also do that, true. And we could also just run it on macOS. It's always a good idea. So. Fantastic.
But I think, as far as I can remember, we did some stuff with the recipes. Now we can add, we had already our add recipe screen.
Yeah.
And what we can do now is to add some recipes. And after that, when we are navigate to our amazing category screen with this slow motion animation, which we want for sure change it some days and sometimes. We can we can see the list of recipes for each categories. And Minu, how long time I haven't seen you, Mom? Yeah, actually I was here on Saturday or Sunday, was it, Max?
On Sunday, I think.
On Sunday we did our last live stream.
Well, Sunday was a tough day.
Yeah.
The complete day was very long. I don't know why, but I think it's to do with the weather.
Yeah, how warm is it in your countries, guys? Here's, I have the feeling it's almost 40 degrees.
Yeah, you can boil eggs on that Mac.
Yeah.
I think Taha sent me a very nice video where he broke an egg on a fry pan, and put it on his Mac. And I could directly relate to that.
37, so
37,
okay,
so, yeah.
Also not better than here, but probably you are lucky and you have AC. Yeah. Which we don't have.
Stefan has AC, that's absolutely true. He told us at the last stream.
Okay.
I was very
jealous actually.
Yeah. So what we could do is now we could save a recipe down in the categories, right? So every category has now the opportunity to contain multiple recipes.
Yes, a list of recipes.
The good thing is now we can also save an image, right? So this is also a possibility. And all of that stuff happened now, right? So you did a fantastic job there.
That was pretty a tough day.
Yeah. So now the problem was, or what we thought is, we wanted to go further with the recipe screen here, where we will show all the different recipes. And you told me today that you want actually, or the idea was that we can select one of the recipes and we receive the image in large, right? Because
yes, just the image. Because So the initial idea was to save the recipes as a screenshot, so as image. So I assume we won't have nice images or something like that. It's gonna be a boring text of a recipe. Therefore, I have the feeling it doesn't make sense to show the image. If you open the image, you want to read it and use it actually, but it doesn't have as icon or image. So therefore, I thought it's better if we just show a list of recipe names, and after that, then we click it on it. Exactly. When we click on it, we can just see the name. We will open the image to our recipe.
Yeah.
And for that, Max, I sent you already a link.
That's true. Wait, I have to search for that.
Because we got actually a couple of weeks or months ago.
Poor Jedi Pixel. I don't know if you know him. He's also a fantastic YouTuber.
Yeah.
He has also a YouTube channel and works there.
Jedi Pixels. He sent us or suggest us to use, instead of having not AC, it's raining. Oh, sorry. Okay, I
don't get
just
confused.
distracted. Yeah. He sent us his beautiful code pen and asked or suggest us to use this beautiful code pen with this animation instead of our boring animation, which is absolutely true. And I like actually the idea and also the design. Therefore, I thought, Max, if you are happy and our community also agree with us, we can use this one.
So actually the animation seems to be this part, right? So the whole page router builder.
Maybe you can show at first how does it work.
Absolutely. So we have the card here, and if we click it, you can see that the animation happens directly. So it opens up that stuff here as a fading, I think. And we have here that image that's getting moved by a hero animation. I think if we make that a little bit... sorry. So if we make that a little bit larger, you can see it's getting a hero animation that moves here around. And I think that was the idea, right? That we can do something like that.
That was actually the idea. The cards which we can see here on the previous screen.
Yeah.
I thought it is similar to our categories cards that we have on our screen.
Okay, so like, let me check. So that would be something
this one?
like this.
Exactly. And what I thought is in the next screen we can just use the hero animation for the image of the screen.
So this one?
Yeah, exactly. And the title of that, and use this animation and transition from the code pen.
Okay.
And bottom of that, if you go to the other screen.
Sure. So this one?
Exactly. Can you click on one of them?
Yep.
We can use the hero animation to show here the image. And for example, here gonna be our title, and on
Not
bottom of
both.
No, the light blue is from the navigation bar or the app bar actually.
But it is always the same, right? So
yes, but this gonna be, I think, from the app bar, and the bottom one is from the hero animation. So we can see this transition.
So that this movement here is also a movement of the text and everything?
Yes.
Okay, I see. So this is a different change.
Yeah.
Hey, Mohammed Reza.
Hello.
So this is moving, and with that hero animation on these parts, we would see that instantly. What I really like is that this, I don't know how you call it, but preview text, that this is also getting animated. So now it is like with ... right?
Yeah.
And if I click on it, it's getting large.
Yeah, but the question is that if we have something like that,
yeah,
I
sure.
don't know.
I know. But
this is
anyway,
beautiful.
cool.
This is really nice. Therefore, I think.
Yeah. What I will do is I will share this with you guys.
Yeah.
So that you have also
have a look and give us also your feedback. And what we can do is, Max, we will have, when we'll click on a category, we will have a list of recipes. So we can maybe decide for something like that we show the list of recipes.
I have to do something against my Discord. So
yeah,
it's a little bit noisy.
What I would say is to show the list of recipes on bottom of our recipe category name.
Okay.
For example,
so down here you will have the list.
For example, instead of this lorem ipsum, we can show the list view or whatever we have.
Hey Abby.
Hey Abby.
No problem.
How are you?
All right. Nice to see you. Okay, so what I would suggest, because usually we jump right into code, and also this time I would really love to, but for the add recipe, we actually have a design, right?
Yeah.
Which is something new for us, or seldom. So let's take that and try to improve it somehow. So if I click here on that run icon, we have our preview, our prototype here as a preview in Adobe XD. And we can already click on some stuff, right? Because I made the navigations. So currently we are jumping to this screen. And the idea was if we click on it, something like that. But as I hear it now, we know exactly that this part here actually don't exist, right? So we can remove that.
Or you can replace it with this one with the category image.
So yeah, but we don't want to show that anymore, right? Today.
No.
So the idea is more that this image here is just a preview of the recipe.
Yes,
so
exactly.
It's like a recipe preview or something.
Recipe
Preview.
Yeah.
So, and with that, yeah, it's dongling around. Don't know if I can fix that somehow, but in the worst case, it's just jumping a bit today. Isn't it a great live stream where I work on my headphones?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Don't feel any pressure, Max.
No, take my time.
Yeah.
But this means this recipe preview would look like this. So we may open a browser, so like here, and we would search for any recipe. For example, this
chicken
morning,
masala.
Chicken masala. All right. I wanted to say chicken tikka.
Okay, go
because I find it easier. So, and if we go now into the recipe, for example, we find all these dish recipes. But actually, what we would like to see in the screenshot is just the ingredients or something, right?
For example.
It would be text, and this is quite boring for the users.
Yeah.
So we don't want to have that in the recipe screen, actually. So it would look like kind of this.
For example.
And maybe in the future we have also to think about to have multiple screenshots for a specific recipe, because it's getting hard to copy, I think.
Yeah.
And then what we would like to have is...
Did you save this one?
Yeah, this is on the desktop.
Okay.
And then in the recipe, we just want to display that, actually. So it would be like a very large one where this image is inside. As fitting as possible.
Yeah, for example.
Like so. Something like that.
Maybe the name of the recipe gonna be at top of that.
The name of the recipe? Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we would have that app bar.
Yeah.
And what I could imagine is put up and bring it over there. Something like that. And get also the name. Something like this. And this would be now chicken tikka, right?
Yeah.
So then we would have to push that also on that side. Something like that. And we wouldn't have an image right here, but we will fix that in a second.
Yeah.
So this image here is fine. We just would show the very big large image.
You're welcome, Levin.
You're very welcome. I don't know if it's fitting today, so because we are just working on the design a little bit. Maybe we do also more, we don't know yet.
Yeah, let's see how far we are coming.
Yeah, but what I've seen is on the design that we have here, right? We use real app bars, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what I thought about that is, or what I think about that is, if we take the first screen, our app bar makes a lot of sense, right? Because we have that image to the top, and we don't want to show, or we don't want to hide the app bar.
Yeah.
So with that, we have the possibility to make it, invisible, transparent.
Mina said you could even work with my widget here.
Yeah.
Also.
So he had a great widget this morning called sized config, which is then responsive working.
Okay.
Which is quite funny, or quite good to use actually.
Okay.
And the thing is, for these parts here, we have a small issue. Because that things on the top here are currently with that in transparency, but we don't really want that anymore, right? So our idea has changed. So for that category screen, if we would like to do that as we think, so I will just make that empty for now.
Yeah.
And the idea is that we have that down here.
Yeah.
We would copy the name of that, which is now white, which is always a good thing.
You can try the Flutter stepper in this page, I think.
What is the
Do you
Flutter
know
stepper?
what is Flutter stepper?
Oh, let us take a look. So what have we Googled for, right? So cat.dev, Flutter stepper. For the preview page. Stepper counter white, regular stepper. Okay, so maybe it's really a different one. So
maybe it's not a package, it's just
exactly
widget
maybe
or something.
Yep, a stepper class. Alright, so have a look.
What is it? A material stepper widget that displays progress through a sequence of steps.
So like a menu, for example, so that or a wizard, better said. So you click, for example, on the first, then you come to the next screen and you get different screens.
Oh, okay.
Usually you have that if you have a workflow that you want to follow. So if we would create a recipe and after that we would do something with it, then a stepper would be fitting, I think. I don't know if it makes sense for us at the moment, because the only thing that you can do is actually go into the recipe, take a look how it looks like, and we don't really have a workflow here.
Not at the moment, at least.
At least I don't think so, but we can keep it in mind, Abby, and then we will try to use it.
But thank you to say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, interesting.
Stepper is a very useful widget, but customization is limited.
But can you don't customize it by creating your own stepper, so that you would copy the most of the parts and only what you want to customize you update? Or you make a how do you call it? If you are a proposal to the Flutter team. They are usually always open for something like that. So here we want to get this image, right?
Yeah.
And if we click on noodles, for example, we want to have that image here. And this was your idea, right?
Yeah.
So that we show this image somehow, like that maybe. Do we want to keep the rounded borders like we have here?
I would say no.
You would say no?
No.
All right. So let's kick them off. Where are we? There is a path, noodles.
Ellipse.
We overruled our headlines, so okay.
How did we do that? Rectangle.
Ah wait, it's not the whole container. I just got the It has a shadow. Has a filling.
And somewhere should be some cutting go.
Yeah, there's something odd, I think. Somehow we copied the whole thing here.
Ah yeah, okay, I see. It's not just the image.
Yeah, it's not only the
So maybe you can copy like that.
No, I think it is only the image, but it's called a path because it's cut it off.
Okay.
So what I can try is I use the whole container here. Again. Is it now with a... No. That's a component.
How about if you go back?
If I can...
You are in the noodle category.
I would like to get rid of the edit main component, make component, group, lock. Replace image. So this is now the main component. Fit unbounce, ungroup component.
Max, can you go maybe here one step back?
This is just the art books. Now we are on all of them. The problem is, or what I would like to do is getting this ungroup component here. Now I group that again. Now it's one object. And now let's have a look how we can do that. So if I'm opening that up. No, it's interesting. I don't know anymore how I got the... This is just this rectangle that can be gone. I think noodles we don't need. It is just this path.
Can you change the path?
No, not really. But what I can do is I can just grab a new image. I think.
You can also go for the wrap image.
For the wrap image?
Yeah.
This
one,
top?
yeah. For
For
example.
Yeah, I think that would be the easiest. Not really noodles-like, but... So, let's give it a try. So like this. And then the app bar up here. And instead of using just my custom app bar that we have created, there is an option. And now let me search. It is this one, XD Resources Material Design UI. Where did I get that? If you go to Get UI Kits, you find here Material Design.
Ooh,
and if you search for it a bit longer, if you go to Google and so on, you will find this here. Us too. The good idea was that we always eat in front.
Yeah. Before we start the live stream, we are eating always.
Okay, somehow.
Okay, so you
start
can
up.
use directly the material design components.
So the problem is for that we have to download it beforehand. So what I can do is go in here, then we find this component sticker sheet for Adobe XD. You will find it also for Illustrator and Sketch and so on. So for all running systems, I would say.
Okay.
Let's open that up. Doop, doop, doop. So and now we have the whole material part with us.
Okay.
And here we can find most likely somewhere the app bar that we need. So I think it would be like this one here.
Yeah, maybe you can find one with back button.
With tabs. Yeah, exactly. Sure, you can have that link. Absolutely. If I find it. So here we go. And if you are using Adobe XD, you will find it on File, Get UI Kits. And then you have also for Apple iOS and Windows. And you can also find more UI kits. But currently I don't see somewhere the app bar. I think that could be one, right?
This could be one, but this is also not actually.
Yeah, you want one with a back button, right?
It would be great. Can you scroll down? I think I saw something.
Yep.
Yeah, here.
Okay, but this is dark design in that case.
Yeah, okay.
But I think we can change the color. Yeah. So I can copy that now.
Okay.
And we bring that over to our other design. Voila. And here I'm selecting the art book. We override it. And it's not everything. So that means I should copy a little bit more.
Okay.
So at the moment, as you can see here, we can select the parent.
Do you want maybe to have a look if we can find the app bar light?
Sure.
I don't know, but maybe we can find it.
To find something, we can just make it here.
Okay.
And then we have the UI app bar light somewhere. And I think it will be that below. No, this is just a search. Do you see something that we select?
Yeah,
so
here.
This is the dark one? No, up here. So, and most likely what we can do is we can copy the whole thing.
Yeah.
But the problem will be that we don't have the right icon for that. So it seems with the right icon, we have it currently only in, sorry, the Windows keyboard. So we have only the dark mode at the moment.
So
this
go
is
for
no
it,
problem.
that's not the problem.
Exactly, we can just change the color how we want it. So let's try it once more. Here we go. So we have our app bar now, and we can delete our own. And it looks already a little bit more promising, right?
Yeah.
So and we can change the app title, page title, which would be noodles, right?
For example, yeah.
And instead of that dark color of the background, we can do it whatever we want. So what would be your preferred color?
What I thought is if we want to stay with the design from this code pen, we can just go for random colors, which means that every time the user is opening the screen or tap on one category, the color of the app bar and the background color will be changed.
But don't you think it's very distracting if you are moving through the app and all the time the app bar is changing? I mean, it would be good if it's recognized the color from the image, for example, and then change it to that color. But without that,
Okay, to be honest, I thought a little bit more simple. Can we figure out the main color of a picture? I don't know how.
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe we can use a package for that has the ability already. It is absolutely possible with image processing, but I think that is a very big task. The idea...
Why do you say it's gonna be distracting? I mean, we can create one random color and use it everywhere.
But do you know an app that does that? Or do you know a program that does that? Not really, right? So most of the programs are trying to stick with one design, with one color, and bring them to all the other colors that we have. So that we can have one design color more or less.
Okay.
And what I will do, because I'm a lazy person, I will take this path color down here, that fill, and add it to our color list.
Okay.
And also down here in this part here, we can add the color here. Let me check. So, and go here and edit. And now this is our we can give that.
Do you want to stay with black, Max?
No, I just want to set up one color first. So this is now our app bar color. Voila. And now what we can do is, if we edit this color, we change all
Oh,
the colors that
yeah,
have
okay, I
exactly
see.
this color. And with that, we have a little bit more might.
Stefan said maybe not another color, but a gradient.
We can also
What's
set a
good?
gradient, that's
Yeah.
true. So we can select, for example, the left side. This is now a radial one. I would like to have more linear one. And then we can decide for a color on the one part. The good thing, or the best thing, would be maybe that we use the default colors that we would like to use.
Yeah, what are our default colors?
I think at the moment we have this color palette. So we have this light green and this dark green at the moment, which we have for our buttons. But still, I think because we have a lot of white and spacey parts, I don't know if this green is really a good color. So if you have some ideas, there's a palette generator column. So I will just check if we have there. What does it mean? If there, it is a package, a Flutter package to extract prominent color from an image. Oh yeah, so it would be exactly what we would use, right? So maybe this is the next step that we can take.
Yeah.
That we say we take that image and change the color depending on the image that is visible below.
I think this would be a great idea.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then if we want to follow, for example, the guidance from Stefan, we could also switch that the top part is always one color, and the other one would be slightly in the color of the picture or something, so that it would look like something like that. I don't know. It's just an idea.
Yeah.
So, and for these parts, they would be white.
Yeah, we'll stay with
think
white.
that they would change. So we go to the IC back arrow, which is a group, and then path and so on. And I think we can just change the fill color here to white. No? Ah, it's transparent. Interesting. So, oh.
The background is now. It's not just the icon.
Exactly. So I have to check. I think that will be this one. Yeah, this one don't want to be a gradient. It want to be a color. So select it once more. Path. That is white. Fantastic. And the same thing for this one, where we have to select the right paths. This one, and make it white.
Perfect, nice.
Okay.
Hello, are you check you get design impression for your app?
Yeah, if you have some ideas, please let us know. So for that part here now, so we have that app bar dark. We have the icons, page title, this is that stuff, and this path has the filling. So for the back part, I would like to select a color, for example, I think that one. I don't know, no, maybe not.
I would go with the lemon color.
Okay, but that would mean that we have also to create a state that is between these two levels, right? That keeps the color of that image. Hey Arvind, nice to see you.
Hey!
So, and then we would have down here a list. And you said already you don't really... And now you have down here the images, and we don't really want to have images, right?
No,
because the only image
sense.
that we would have is the recipe itself, which is not really useful for the users.
Yeah.
So instead of this, what we can do is, and here I also would like to use the material part. So we go back to our different list. Where is it? Down here, sticker components. And here we have also the list parts. So here, for example, we have that contact list with the different naming, which would be fantastic if we could get something like that.
Why?
Because if you have a multitude of recipes, we could just search for the different starting letters.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Or what we also could do is getting creative and create categories or something in between, but in the future maybe.
Yeah.
So maybe such a list would be a cool idea, actually.
What for other lists do we have in material design?
We have the list view, of course, right? So it's actually this list, but without all the stuff. And here we have the different lists that we can get. So we have one that we can select, and we have like single items. We have the possibility of 2-lined items, and so on and so forth. So this is the usual design, you know.
So they are with
tiles,
they are with title and subtitle and something like that.
Exactly. So the question is, do we have a subtitle? Not really, right? So we just write the name. So actually it would be just something like this,
Yeah.
but even more boring. I don't know, it's very tough with that part.
Without images, they're also boring, and you think.
So maybe instead of using the material, it is a good idea, but still it's a bit too boring, I think. What we can still think about is to create it ourselves, right? So first of all, I want to order that a little bit. So you getting completely on the top.
Or Max, other idea. Can you go back to the code pan?
Sure. Here. Oh, wait, I have created a pack up here. So sorry for that. I have to organize a little bit. So.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Ah, here is it.
Oh, it's right.
Yep.
So if you click on on one of them.
If I click on one of them, yeah.
So if we get the same background like here, on the bottom part,
yeah,
and after that just show different recipes.
And just a list. And how would you order that? So we have it's in that size, right? So more or less, we would change the background color, and then we would just create buttons for that. Or how do you imagine how it should look?
Or maybe create card for them.
Cards, yeah. I
so
think
that they have just some shadow and.
But is it not the same than this, like these lists then at the end? Oh, let me check. Hey Xaxa, nice to see you. No, they are not really cards, you're right.
No, they are not cards. What I'm thinking is, when we have a card, we have elevation. Elevation was the word that I was searching for that. And you can see that you can click on it or tap on it. I don't know, maybe just as idea.
Okay, so instead of, So instead of having this list, we would create like a card, which is usually something like that. Can't be too high or something. So we select that one. It gets a shadow. So that stands for the elevation, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it has a little bit rounded borders.
Yeah, would be nice.
So I give it like
5
8.
Or 8.
So something like that. I think it doesn't look that well. So, and then we wouldn't have a divider, we would just have all 16, something like this.
Exactly. And here we will have the different names.
What did I do? I can remove them again, because there is a better option here in Adobe. For example, I can give them a name, so chicken noodles, what is a good noodle name? Noodle recipe?
Asian noodle. Asian noodle?
You're really foodie, right? What do I do?
Okay, something going on in the chat. Nickel said, check my app, you get some design impression.
This is 16, 18.
Can you send, do you know from which app, Decima?
Yeah, Nickel means, wait, and I have to go to Twitter quickly and share that.
So let's see, we'll have a look.
Chinese noodles, alright. On the other hand, I think Chinese is not a good one. Let's keep it with Asian noodles, because Chinese is at the moment not really popular in the media, so don't make them more impressive. So on Twitter, we have the message from Nickel, and there I can share it.
Okay.
Quickly, Robert, Nickel, here we go. And he created an app in Hindi.
Oh, okay.
So, well, I think it is his mother tongue, and it is about farming institutions. At least this is what I think about it, because I've got the features down here, and that is his impression. So more or less showing a picture on the top and having the cards differently. That is good if you have an image that you can directly display,
exactly.
right? But we don't have that in that area. So we have to
everything is with image and color more interesting.
Yeah, if you're interested in his app, I can also share that with you.
Yeah, go for it, Max.
Somewhere, maybe over the ocean. Instead, yeah, the problem is the only thing is from the image, this is the image, right? So it is not really beautiful at the end because we make just an image for that thing. I like the idea from Stefan, who said that we make a search page for the recipes and a checklist for the ingredients. The only problem that I see at the moment, we don't really want to enter all these information, right? At the moment, our recipe should be really just a screenshot, right?
At least our MVP.
Yeah, so the next step could be then maybe even with machine learning that we can run over this image and maybe read all the different things so that we scan for different words, like we search for chicken and how much we have to do and so on. So that would be maybe an idea. But I have no idea because I'm really not that machine learning guy, so I would have to learn that too. But that would be for the MVP. I would be already happy if we can save a recipe and then go further.
Exactly.
That's true. That's good, Stefan. I mean,
this is a great idea.
That will be complex, yeah. And as you see, we have also a search already, but the search would be only for
the name of recipes.
The name of the recipe, exactly. But we like challenges here on that channel. And
right? if we can figure it out, then
maybe we have some machine learning guys here on the channel, then it would be fantastic. Learning by example, right? So what I'm doing, I have the power of Adobe, and what I can do now is I can select this, and if I click here on repeat grid, can you read that well, everyone? So that Adobe XD stuff, because I always find it very small.
But there's no possibility to make them bigger, or?
I think there is, but then we have to work a little bit in the stream, so I first ask before I'm doing that.
Okay.
So in the meantime, I can improve that a little bit. So we would have here an 8 space, like so, and maybe even less, right? Even none would be good,
Something
I think.
Like that.
So it would be looking like that, and this is an infinity list, right? So going down. I can read them on iPad, that's perfect. It's fine.
That's fine. Perfect.
Fantastic. So, how many? Yeah, fantastic. So, perfect. I know it's a bit boring, but I think for the MVP it would solve a lot of problems if we can manage it like this.
Do you want to change the background color also?
That's a good question. What do you think, guys? So that would mean if we don't make a gradient on the bottom, and we maybe have just a full color. What I'm doing. Oh. That would mean it's getting very, very reddish, and because we can't control the color, it could be anything, right? So we have to make sure that every color is possible as a background.
Yeah, and if it is too bright, for example, okay.
So it could be a problem, I think.
If we could set the color.
Yeah, so white is no problem, but if it's getting, for example, like this, because random colors, right? We get only the information from the image, so we would need to find always a complementary color, so that we can update all the fonts automatically.
Yeah. So maybe for now we should leave it, or?
Oh, that's a good idea. I think we should leave it for the MVP.
Button in card.
Because the user don't know that he can click on the cards, right? So Nico has the great idea to add one icon to go to the next. I think that's a good point. Take the same gradient color, but just in left and right and bottom. Okay, so we would take the same color. I do what I did right seconds ago. So that would be our background, right? Send it to the back. And maybe give it also the name, background. And this background should get, for example, a weird color. So let's take a blue like this. So, and what we could do also is making that a little bit smaller. I just moved it around, but this was actually not good. But what would happen if we have a card on top of that? So something like this. It's not really perfectly now, but what I could imagine is we send it to the back and one on top. This would be a card. And then we have like a card on top of that with a shadow. Gotta go, alright. From white to blue in the corner. Okay, so I still try a little bit around.
But then, do you know what I'm thinking about?
Yeah, go for it.
Is it gonna be right now some... Should we use for that now stack?
For this?
Card on the card? And...
yes. No, not really. This part would be just a child of a card. So these lists and this here would be just a child of a card.
Ah, you think? Okay.
Probably leave it as white.
Yeah, I have also the same feeling that probably...
We could also make it a gradient, of course, would be also an option. I mean, gradients are cool, right? So we could switch that to white on the left.
Yeah, I think white, Max. Go for it.
Okay, so white. We tried it. I mean, it is just an MVP. If we manage it to get this running, then we can still think about how we can really improve it and make it really beautiful. And we could also redesign everything once more. Just for now, I would keep it like that, just to make it possible to work. The thing is that we have also very nice background images usually. So maybe the idea is also that we don't have that image only here, that we would create a very big background from that same image. I don't use XD to Flutter at the moment because if we would do it for the whole screen, we would most likely get a messed up screen, which is then a lot of work to rework. But what you can see, we used that once for this component here. But there we have the problem that, for example, shadows are not possible to use and so on. I don't know how much Flutter XD has improved, so we have to check there maybe in the future. All right. Okay, so that means we would take the package. Is that okay for you guys, that this is black on top and would get then to the color of the image? In the worst case, this could be also random, right? So we don't know which image is down there.
Yeah.
So if we have a very ugly image, so for example, a green one, it could be also like this, which is okay, I think. Or we have something like this.
Okay, let's see, Max. Go for it, but I think it's fine. Or is it too ugly?
I don't know. It's just, for version 1, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So then I would say we start write coding, or are we happy with that? Is something the arrows are missing.
Yeah, arrows.
So let me check if I find the material icons from Google. Do I have that? No. But if we search for that, here we go, and I search for material icons Adobe XD, then we will find this 1000 set here. And the good thing is it's a free download, which I will also share with you. It's also true, what do we have Flutter for, right, if we cannot work right away in the code? So, and this cool thing has the benefit that we have all the icons from material, or not all, but a lot of icons of material. So, but the problem is to find the right icon inside of this mess, right? So that's why I showed you that before.
Yeah, we can search.
Exactly, there's all items here. And if you take a look into the art book, so if you jump inside, you see there are all the icons with all the names in it. So, and we search for an arrow, right? So I'm giving in for arrow. And so, for example, this back arrow. Then we see down here, it's getting highlighted.
Yeah.
And then we have navigation. And now you can select one of them.
Which gonna be this one, right?
For example, this one, yeah. And an alternative is if we check again the sticker components. Let's have a look how they do it with their lists. Do they have something like that? No. So we can right away decide which icon we want to use. All right, so we take that. No, try to make that a little bit larger. 38 is okay. Up. So this part should be part of the repeat grid. So rectangle, and you are part of that. Ungroup, so.
Can you make it a little bit smaller? Sorry.
What?
The arrow.
Yeah, sure. In a second. I just want to put it here on top. So, and let's make it smaller. How small?
32.
32, alright. Make your lock. That was a mistake, so
Yeah.
voila. As you wish. So we select the, what I will do is now I orient it, so I take the rectangle and I try to select the, so many keyboard, so exactly, I try to select these two things and then you can use these parts up here to orient it. As you can see, if you click this, it's getting up oriented, or this to the middle. And the same thing for the Asian noodles. So just to make sure that they are centered.
Okay.
Cool. And now, because this is a group, we can call that also something. What do we call it? It's
make the arrow more fine.
Recipe. What?
Recipe
fine?
card.
What is fine?
I mean a little bit thinner, right? It is hard for the eyes. I mean, it's too. I think Stefan means it's too thick, maybe.
I don't know.
No. Yes, thinner.
All right.
I was like that. Why are you doing like that?
You watch me so cautious as I have an idea. Okay, but it will look in the app anyway a bit differently because we use there maybe a different icon. There are a lot of arrow icons. We could also use an arrow icon that we can turn or something. And maybe there is also a preset something that we can already use. So, and this whole part we call recipe
card.
A card? Button? Card? Yeah, let's call it card. And then we call it repeat icon again. And with that we can turn it down.
Perfect.
And we change this part here. Amazing. So, and with that we navigate back to the to our last screen. That is then actually we get again the name, or is it in the recipe?
This is the category name.
The category name?
No, this is the recipe name. You're absolutely right.
So Asian noodles, right?
Yeah, for example. Even if it's chicken tikka, but it's fine.
True. So I can select the Asian noodle. What I do now is I go here on prototype on the left side, and now I made a mistake right away. But now I can select all the elements that we created, and what I can do is I can, for example, select that whole part. And if we click on it, I want to go to the next screen. And now we have to understand how we come there.
Yeah. And the question from Jalal is, what do you guys use to make your app adapted to different screen sizes?
Do you answer? Because I think you are working on that.
We tried a couple of ways, I think. We used the app preview. What was it? The app preview package which we use? App preview devices?
Or device preview is the name?
Device preview, I think. We use a device preview and to see how our app looks like on different devices. And for now, actually, our focus is mainly on iOS and Android.
On
or
large
did we?
screen.
Or large? Yeah.
I think at the moment we don't really care about responsive design yet.
No, not
on
yet,
that, on that device. If you want to see a bit more about responsive design, there we worked on the website part. There I created a responsive widget which takes 3 different widgets inside to create the whole thing. And yep, so for the package device widget preview, I can also share that.
I will bring the ventilator here.
That's our part of AC. So it's this part, device preview. This is this package, because here we have the possibility to select different screens. We get different screen sizes and it tries to emulate all of them. So you don't need 5 emulators running, you just need 1. And that's pretty fantastic to test your responsive design. Okay, I hope this helps. So the question, I think this app bar, however we create this gradient and everything, should then be also part of all the others, or? Question is then how it looks. Anyway, we will find out. But for these two, we have now an idea, right?
Yeah.
So something like that.
I think it looks much better now.
Is something missing still? What I would like to have up here is a plus icon in the future, instead of a menu.
Same icon actually, which we have.
Do we have it already?
Yeah, on
I
the dashboard, so. I think. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Hopefully it just looks a bit better. So, and we would have that here.
But Max,
yep.
a question. Can we use the app bar? Yeah, we had also here the icon, or should we also use our custom app bar?
No, I don't think we would use our custom app bar. Our custom app bar was just created to create the transparency.
Yeah.
And I think that was not possible on the default app bar. So we would have to do that there.
Okay.
So this is that group. I just want to get the icon that we have inside of the app bar. So let's have a look. No, that was a bit too much. So, and now what I can do, I can select these parts. No, you are not an arrow, so out please. Check. So this, and this should be aligned on the same level again. And here we go.
What about faves?
Favs.
Favs? What is that?
Favorites? I think he meant favorites. That's a good point.
Favorites recipes.
Yeah, so if you have a recipe that you want to have on top of the list, for example, or very important that you maybe show it later on the main screen, that's a good point. So what about favs? So at the moment we have this idea of the recipe of the day, which is a random recipe, right? But maybe it's a cool idea to have also another screen that only shows favorite recipes.
Or what we can do is maybe on the recipe screen or the noodle category at the moment, we can maybe use icons beside of the name of the recipes on the left side, and we can use some stars or something like that.
Yeah, but what would be the outcome? So we can, let's assume we would have here a star and I click it. Or better,
so
this is not a good example because if we click here, we would navigate, right, at the moment.
Yeah.
So let's assume we would have here in the recipe itself, we would have that star. I can click it, and now this is my favorite. What would be the result of that?
Yeah.
What would be the solution or the problem that we would solve?
So what we want is maybe an extra screen with the favorite recipes or something like that.
Would be a solution, I think. I would really like the idea, so that we maybe have, besides of the categories down here, or we would have maybe an additional category called favorites or something, or a button up here with a star that shows us the favorites.
It could be a solution. Yeah. What do you think, Abby? What do you have any idea?
Yeah, do you have an idea? So I could imagine that would be a whole screen like this, like called favorites. And in these favorites, we would just have down here for beginners, because version 1.0, right? So we can do whatever we want. So we search for star. And up here. So for example, this one. Bring it here.
Step.
Yeah, thank you. Oops.
Yes, a separate screen, I think, said Abby.
And the fill color would be white. I could imagine that this one also changes here because I don't like the icon of that plus at the moment up there. 2. Still a bit large, right, compared to this, but something like that, so that they are identical. Yeah. So, and if we click on that star icon, then we would like to go to prototype again, and this star icon would then release us to this part here, where we then show our favorites, and that part up here would show this part again. And these plus icons that we have here would show us the add recipe screen immediately. And yeah. Star or heart? Good point. Star or heart? What would you prefer?
I think for star is for rating. I think heart is, I don't know, heart is what I like to give like. Favorite is really good idea for the app I have in all. My cookbook little notes stick between the pages.
Yeah, that's true. I know a lot of people who do that.
Heart, of course.
Heart. Okay, heart wins, I think.
Yeah.
Or some discussions, some Do we want to make a poll?
I think medical or...
Yeah, I think the heart wins here very easily. So, okay, can everyone shows us some hearts or stars in the chat? I think we have icons for both of them.
Yeah, really?
So, yeah. So whoever
Let's
is in the chat... Yeah, we can always change it later, that's true. So for now I will anyway change it, just that everyone is happy. There are a lot of hearts.
Ooh,
fantastic.
a lot of heart.
Let's see if we find a heart here. Love, no, heart, like, favorite. So let's see what the favorite is. Oh, that. Oh.
Maybe heart.
Haha, you
here
see?
we go.
The favorite is even the heart. You see?
Oh, really?
Look
Okay.
at that. Okay, so everyone wins. And let's change that off. We remove that, giving in a heart. It would be good if we have an outline heart here later.
Maybe we can instead of... Two?
Wait, let me make that revert because... So... What do you mean with maybe?
Instead of fill it, you can maybe make it doesn't fill it and just have a border for that. Or didn't? Was it that what you said?
Yeah, but let's see. I just take it for now, and we can see in the app how it works then later. Even though we should do the design here, but I think to select an icon from material, this is the easiest way to do.
Yeah.
And what I also wanted to change would be this would be our favorites, right?
Yeah.
And down here we would have also favorites, and this would contain our favorite meals.
Yeah, exactly.
And would navigate then to
different
up to that part again.
But that leads us to another problem or another challenge, which means that each recipe should have also a parameter which is favorite or not. Maybe a boolean, for example.
True. Yeah, needs to go to our website. Yeah, that's true. The material file, I added the link somewhere. So for the icons or for the other part is the question. Let me check. I can show you both. Yep. So for the icons, that would be this one. And if you search it for the material one, you find it here under File, Get UI Kits, and then you have the material design part. Yeah.
Exactly.
And there is a hard toggle button. Cool. So we can directly use that. And what I would do then, so the question is now, the user has very thick thumbs, right? So we are very large thumbs, and we want to select now one of these list elements. The problem is now we can't put the heart here on top of it, because what would happen is that the user maybe don't hit the heart.
Yeah.
So the idea, I think, would be that we put it here.
Put it here, yeah. I think
even
it's
though
better.
that it is not so obvious.
Yeah, okay.
Because what my problem is, if you want to make a food or a dish to your favorite, you need to jump inside, which is always a bit of hassle.
Yeah, and I read somewhere when the user needs to click more than 3 times, it will leave your app. He or she will leave your app or your website. So
3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, that's getting a bit
normally
tricky,
with 3 clicks, the user should find.
Oh, by the way, well, no,
something
I think that would solve it, because this is the home screen, right? Then 1, 2, 3. So that would solve the problem. Okay, so let's keep it with that.
Okay.
I think that's okay. But it's a good rule of thumb, I think. So here should be the border one, and when selected as fav, then filled. Okay, so this one, if it is not your favorite, so we would up here have, oh, sorry, let's go back to design. We would have this, don't turn it. It's hard to move, so what I will do is just move it somewhere. Fantastic.
Hello Flutterist, how are you doing? Here should be the border one, and when selected as path, okay, the filled one, yeah.
So by the way, I'm not really a design guy, so if someone watches this the first time and he sees me doing that stuff, I'm just a programmer who's trying to make some design.
You are doing a very good job, Max.
Just to make sure that nobody thinks I'm a professional designer and want to explain something in that area. I have absolutely no idea. So, page title, favicon. So this guy. No.
Fine, but it is too hot. Here is also so hot.
Yeah.
It's extremely hot.
Okay, so this one is currently not favorite.
Okay.
The question is now, should we indicate at least inside of this list elements that one of them is favorite? And if we do, how could we do that? What I could imagine is if this is a little bit on the right, okay, let's turn it back, but 1, 2, 3, 4, so something like that. And we would add the other heart icon in front of it. So we would take that. If one of them is favorite, then it would look like this, and we would have it in front here.
Yeah, just a favorite one will get a heart.
Yeah, and obviously the heart is red, or like this.
I don't know. Yeah,
I think
maybe.
it looks good.
Yeah.
It's just getting a problem here because here we can't make it red, right?
No, it should be at the beginning also empty.
Yeah.
I know.
Good point. So the question is now, that would be filled white then in that area.
Yeah. I think with the
like
color,
that.
yeah.
We have to think about it.
Yeah, with the color is a little bit challenging.
Yeah, if you have some great ideas for all that stuff, please let us know. We can add that. So, and what do you think with that heart in front of it, guys? Is that something that you would like to see, or do you think the user gets confused or tries to click even that one? Because I could imagine that now the user is trying to click it, and then he would get navigated to the next screen. If you want to defavorite this meal.
Let's keep it now, Max.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we...
In the meanwhile, guys, you can give us some feedback,
Yeah.
what you are thinking about, and we can change it.
But I think we made a big progress here because our design was always a bit laggy, and now we finally made something. You would try to click it. Yeah, I thought exactly the same. So if you would like to click it, then what I would do for the prototype is I would say not the whole part is selectable, or we make this heart icon differently selectable. This makes sense. So that means we can select the whole part here, but a specific part. So that means inside of the design we would add maybe a rectangle or something that is not selectable for the user, so he can't click on that.
So is it something like gray or what?
No, you wouldn't see it. It would be just that the user, if he clicks in this area, he would further click the heart and not the whole button here.
Yeah, okay.
As two icon buttons. Yeah, or this way, but if we make it an icon button, I find this always very hard to click. And I think the whole part, if you can click that, it makes a lot of sense, because why shouldn't you?
Easier.
Yeah, but we will try it around. Maybe we find also a possibility where it's a problem. Hey, Ascentis, nice to see you. So I talked a lot, I drink a sip.
Yeah. So, as next, maybe we can go back to our code, and after that have a look in the code pen to figure out how the whole code pen is built.
Sure, we can do that. So in the you mean this one? You know what I would like to do, and I don't know.
You have it somewhere open.
Yeah, somehow it doesn't react like I want to today.
Okay.
So this part, what I would like to do, or what I would like to begin with, is I would like to get this animation done. I don't know if it's necessary for our app, that it looks perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we have all that part here already that we can copy, maybe we can just try it around and get it running correctly. I think that would be already quite a cool solution. Is CodePen free? Sure. I can send it to you. It's from Jetty Pixels. He's also a great YouTuber here on YouTube. So check him out. He makes like introduction videos with a lot of text and so on, but he makes it very dynamic. It's really cool.
Okay.
So
we have already in our application also a page route builder, but with our amazing.
I can show you that one here in the IntelliJ. So let's make that a bit bigger. Then we find that, because I hate our page transition. Or I don't know if you have optimized it already, but the last time it was still a bit meh. Could be better.
Yeah.
So let's search for page transition or page route builder, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we have here two of them: add category card and category list.
I think this is the category list, yeah.
Where is this coming from? This is for the add category screen. Okay, so this is another. And here we have the transition builder, page builder, and all that sweet stuff.
And we have this whole tween animation.
I think the last time you improved the speed, right? That
yeah, we made it faster.
It's interesting that we needed like how many episodes? 13 episodes to make it a bit faster.
Yeah. But look at that. What is, I think, important is the full screen dialogue that we need.
The full screen dialogue?
I think.
Okay. Yeah, could be. It's not really an... Oh, that's interesting. So that means that it's not necessarily a full widget. It is not a real new route. It is more like a dialogue on top of that. Interesting.
I don't know, to be honest.
I think that full screen dialogue tells me that this is not a real page where we navigate. It's just a
layer on
top of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, but we can try it anyway.
But Max, I think we don't need to delete all the stuff.
I didn't want to delete anything,
okay.
So it's just getting moved a little bit too much around. Okay, so what I will try is I want to select this till... Okay.
I think we should just, instead of, if you...
I think I have to reload. I think I broke it.
Okay. At the moment we have the tween animation, and I think instead of the tween animation we should use this transition. Go down here.
So here
we have the fade transition. I think if you change this one.
But let me check quickly. So what do we? Is it the right button that we want to move? Yeah. Wow. Okay. So overflow ellipses on tab. So this means this card, right?
Yeah.
CodePen is Flutter Web, yes. What we are working on is an app itself, so it's just on the emulator at the moment. So yeah, as you can see there, the performance is really ugly at the moment. I think you will not see the animation if it's working like that, but that's okay for today. So this page builder starts here and ends here. And you say now we don't need everything, right? So
no, most of the stuff we have actually.
Page builder.
We have the page builder, exactly.
And the transition builder is a little bit different, most likely, right? So
the transition builder needs also, I think, 3 or 4 input parameter.
Yeah.
And the return parameter of here is a fade transition.
Okay.
But what we have is, I think, something like tween animation or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, so let's have a look.
A slide transition.
Okay, so actually we don't need anything of that, right?
No,
so
you can just replace,
this. And we have to return, of course, something.
Fade transition, yeah. And
the problem is we have here animation, and animation is the first animation in that case. So animation 1. Okay, bring that in one line.
Do you want maybe to give some type to the animation? This should be animation double here? Or something, yeah.
I can do that. That will be build context, which we don't need, right? So I can also make that invisible. Animation 1 can stay animation 1, but you want to give it a type, right? So
yeah, maybe animation is gonna be double. So
let's do that. I think it's animation double, yeah. When do you do your live stream for animations? I heard some voices that really want to see your animation live stream. It will be your first solo live stream, right?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not brave enough still to do some live stream alone.
Okay.
Think always if I'm stuck in the code, I can't rescue myself maybe. Even if you guys are here and you will help me for sure. But I think I'm still too much under pressure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So,
will manage that.
I will manage it.
I'm pretty sure that this will work fine. We will rescue you.
We will rescue you. Okay.
So this is working. Why is there a space?
I don't know.
Why is that a thing? I really don't like that. So,
No stress, we will rescue you. Thank you, Stefan. Okay.
Okay, so we have the animation fade transition. We have the duration of 1 second, which we learned is too much, right? So, oh no, it's exactly
Your
the same.
English accent is very nice and fun. Thank you. Would be funny. Where are we finishing this app? This is a very good question.
We are coming closer and closer. I mean,
Yeah.
every day we are coming closer, right?
But we are working actually on the app just 2 hours per week. So, yeah.
But I mean, this is also good. That shows that such an app is always a lot of work
Yeah.
in any case, right? Even though that we work now like 14 sessions, which is 28 hours, right?
Yeah.
Which is more than a day actually. It looks already good, right? But it's still not usable, right?
Yeah.
So just for everyone who thinks that he can create in seconds an application, it will take maybe a little bit longer.
Okay, what's going on?
So I think we have that problem with the full screen dialog, which I want to put to true. It's almost completed. I would be that optimistic like you. That would be fantastic. So I really don't know.
I think our app is also slow because of the weather.
Yeah, what I will do is I will close off some stuff because it's getting a bit too messy right now. So maybe I can get some resources back. So, and what I will do is, because we are on the master branch, I will use the macOS part because it's a little bit faster if you run it directly on the plate. It maybe takes a second longer now to build because it needs to start it up the first time. But the benefit of that is we can make it smaller, bigger, and everything, right?
Yeah.
And it works very fast. And whenever we want to test it, then we would test it on a real device. Maybe for the next time I can use again this package that we used once, where I don't know it anymore, where you can mirror your
real
phone,
device.
and I think that would be fantastic. I think we have also some testing devices. Maybe we can also set them up that they stay like they are.
Yeah.
Can someone do me a favor from the chat? As you know, we have that nice document. What is
Stream?
it? Stream. I think that's it. Could be. And could someone please add this color palette for me? Because most likely that would be fantastic if we have that in memory. Yes, Mohammed, I think you will find the link down in the video description. And if not, I will send it to you in here. Sure, we will publish it. If we are ready, we will publish it. I think Mahtab will be super proud if we... It's your second app then, right?
Yeah.
And my second app too. So
yeah,
it would be fantastic.
Okay.
Get some errors, finally.
Name was called out now.
That's always a bad sign. Category name. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, because we don't have any recipes inside, right?
We try to access null here in that case, so we should get a category actually. Because we are now on a large screen, right? So we have created this row part where we have everything inside. So now the question is, how can we fix it? Thank you, Stefan. That would be fantastic. The palette generator, did the document not share? Oh, unlucky. So it is not document stream anymore, or document stream. Let's check that. We have a new subscriber, I think. I think we have a different command. Let's check the commands.
Priya Patapiraman. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. I'm doing really, honestly, I'm doing my best.
It is exclamation mark recipe app. So
yeah,
that is
okay,
the reason.
great.
Would be fantastic that you added there. Then we have that. So I would like to go back here. So this category cannot be null. That's actually perfect. That happens sometime because we wanted to fix that anyway, right? So this means that main screen is building always in the beginning, right? So, and here we have access to our app provider. Right?
Okay.
So in the first time when we show this screen, we would like to get the first provider. So what I will do is accessing our providers again. Provider.off context. Oops, wrong key. And we receive the app provider.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's get all the parts. Or at the moment not. The problem is, or I call it a problem, but I made a poll once inside of Twitter and everyone was against that we are streaming on Twitch, so I decided against it. And what? Yeah, this cannot be going. And so at the moment we don't stream on Twitch, but I thought about it to make a multi-stream. This is now also possible. So maybe in the future you will get also your live stream on Twitch. I don't know.
So here we should access the categories.
So I just take the first category at the moment, because if you remember, we created for our value is 0.
If we don't have any categories, it's gonna be still 0, right?
But why do we have empty categories?
At the beginning, when you run the app, there's no category inside of them.
Ah, yeah, true, right?
So the user should create the first category. So what you can do is maybe something like turner operator or...
but don't we have this init part where we initialize always the categories? At least once. So let me kill that app quickly and restart it. I hope we have that in place. I thought we have that already. Oh. It looks cloudy. Maybe we are lucky. Just one raindrop, it would be so good. It's the good water.
Yeah.
Forgot that we have self-made lemonade. So, because if you remember, we made this part possible, that we have on the left side this, and on the right side we will see our... whoa.
Nothing.
Okay, I think we destructed everything. But instead of fixing this, what is anyway still in more or less beta...
I would say switch to iOS or Android, please, Max.
Yeah,
or...
I would just remove that and replace it with the dashboard screen, that we have one in the large screen, and that's good enough. And yeah, we will have to fix that in the future, but for now this should be like this. So so hot reload, and if we take a look, we're coming to this screen now. It looks quite different. So, but on mobile it would look like that. And also make it a little bit smaller, something like so. And if we hit the button, the text is too big. It's interesting. So there are some bugs here. Can we select an image? No. Fantastic. But if I select now the categories, nothing happens. So we have still some bugs there.
We have a lot of bugs on the Mac, I have the feeling.
Missing plugin. Okay, that is the error from the image picker, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But after that, we didn't get an error. Okay. So I will do it in the iOS simulator. Hopefully it's faster.
Yeah.
Hey, Blacks! I didn't see you a long time here on the stream, which is a shame. I really want to see you more often here. Very good.
Missing you.
All right, exams. Okay, that's apology. You are
Your
apologize.
is accepted.
That's all right. Don't want to be in between you and your degree.
Okay, let's see.
You're welcome. So you see, I think our computer is slowly getting. So let's have a look at the activity monitor, because I have the feeling today is really too much for him. 26 GB of memory is used, which is quite a lot. We have a Discord helper here running. So maybe I kill Discord now and try to get some resources free. And of course Chrome is fighting with everything that he can.
Guys, you have Upwork account. No,
I don't think
have.
so. I had once an Upwork account. It's
To be
a
honest, I
freelancing
don't know
account.
what's there. Yeah, okay, now
Upworking
I
is
know.
a freelance account where you can ask for special or for any services. I can maybe share it. So upwork.com, I think, is it? And it's a freelancing possibility with agencies and so on and so forth, where you can ask for help. And a lot of big companies is using in them, but yeah, I have never been part of that. I find my projects usually by searching for them differently. I usually go to people and ask them directly. It's my way.
Yeah.
Or I don't ask and I wait till someone asks me. Also possible.
This is also a good way. So your RM
pod files are out of date. Okay, fantastic. So what I will do is I will just rf, which is deleting of everything inside of the iOS folder. I think that should be possible. So this is now a hard reset. And what I will do is flutter create with dot. And with that, all files in iOS is getting regenerated.
Okay.
And what I also will do is call flutter clean, which deinstalls and cleans the project.
Cache.
The cache or the cache, yeah.
Mahtab, you are a nurse, right?
A nurse? What is a nurse? Like
Nurse?
Like
doctors? The sister who had doctor.
the sister help doctor. Let's call her nurse. I think.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm not a nurse actually. I studied industrial engineering and I started 2 years ago with coding. So I'm industrial engineer, I'm developer, but I'm not a nurse.
Not yet. Let's
Not
see.
yet.
You change often.
You guys are German. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty German.
Pretty German. You guys and girl. Yeah, okay, I mean. I
It's just.
understand. You are still guys. Yeah?
Yeah.
Somehow.
I don't know. That's something that I'm asking myself always because the rf command is so the most harsh command to delete something on a file system of Mac. So you can't restore them. And rf means recursive, and F for force. That means you delete all files and everything inside. So that means, yeah, all files in this specific folder. And because I don't want to press yes for all of them, I made force. Icon files or launcher files that will be removed too.
Max, it's raining.
I don't really. Sorry, we are excited about rain. Let's make some light.
We are so happy. We are happy.
The remove too. I don't know that. If you have icon files or launcher files, yes. If you rmrf that, you delete everything. So it is a Mac command, not really something from Flutter. So you delete the whole folder. But I know that we don't have any files inside, so I can do that because we are currently still in a development phase.
Yeah.
But if you are later in production and you do that, and then you push it to Git, you get a lot of problems with your coworkers, I'm pretty sure.
So leave it.
Just do it once.
Find other solution before you delete all folders.
You live in Switzerland and your German is crap. Which German? Switzerland German or, I mean...
The coding guys, hi. Welcome to
Coding
our
guy.
stream.
Also long time no see. Inhabitants of the Flutter planet, that's true. I love that. People from Switzerland are amazing. I worked at Swisscom a long time ago, and a very big telecommunication company in Switzerland. Most likely you know it. You have your internet contract there, most likely. Or at Orange, or the others. I don't know any others. You have also exams. Everyone has exams, you know?
I think it's a summer semester.
But can you imagine now to learn for an exam? In
I'm so happy that I have everything behind me, you guys. I will cross my finger for you guys that you will also relieve sometimes.
On GitHub functionalities, I would love to do that, but always when I'm starting with something like that, I'm thinking that our channel currently is very Flutter related.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far I would like to go to other technologies. On the other hand, I think it is also Flutter related because, of course, we work also with Git a lot.
Yeah.
So I will think about it. But currently, I think I will go with DevTools. Then we have testing still. We have beginners. We have so much work. That's
but Max, we can still produce some side videos. So if you guys want to have it, go. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to say. Open the video list.
That was wrong. That was, what was it? Doc video, I think.
Something like that, and add your topic to the.
I have to check once more, sorry.
To our document.
I really need to learn these commands better. So where are we? Next stream, doc video. Doc video is right, but big. Doc video. That is true. RM is if you want to do the same thing for Windows, you will have to use the command rmdir, and I think it's also rf. Rmdir, where is it? Windows. Command, oh no, this was also Linux, okay. Dir Windows. I know that it exists, I'm pretty sure.
RMDR is an RM directory, right?
Yes, exactly. But I think that was for Linux. The problem is I work in so many different OS systems that I can't remember.
Also for Windows?
No, I think Windows is a little bit special, as always. Okay, don't take the images, just search here. Okay, fantastic. The first cut. So RMDir with the yeah. So you will find it here. So is that download complete? Finally, yes. So sorry that I clicked on made the Flutter upgrade. It's just to have more time with you. It's annoying with heat. Yeah, I really can think about that exam to have exams in the heat. It's like crazy. You have done some of the summer studies, right? I was always lucky somehow. Yeah. We had them always in April, and then I think in October or something. So we had 2 times in the year.
Yeah, most of the universities had 2 times.
But not in the summer, right? So
no, not summer.
So it's like
we had always after the summer holidays or during the summer holidays we had our exams, which was not nice.
Okay. It's still on Windows. Okay, fantastic. I don't prefer any system. That was one. I always loved Windows more than Mac a long time ago, and I really I fighted long for Windows, and then I got my Surface Book 2, I think, and Mahtab got her first Mac OS, and then the speed difference for development was just ridiculous, and since then I'm only working with Mac.
So I could convince Max to come and join the Mac community.
Yeah. Simulator and real device are working fine. I also upgraded now.
What is
interesting.
Domain-driven design?
Domain-driven design. I have no idea. I've never used that. Let's Google that. Domain-driven design. DDD. I think you will find for this topic. No, that was BDD. ResoCoder made one for BDD. Domain-driven design is a concept that structures the language software code should match the business domain. For example, if a software process loaded... alright. So all your names inside of the development should match the domain that you are in. So if you are in a financial service, your domain, you develop in that domain.
Okay.
So all the namings and conventions and everything should be around this topic. This makes sense.
Okay.
So for example, you have something like that, and I think in the support center you have also a customer, but you have also one in the sales context, right? Mm-hmm. But you see, the support context contains its own things like tickets. I can make that bigger, I think. Oh, my friend Martin Fowler, he's great. I can share that maybe. And so the domain sticks with its own parts and classes and so on. So they don't match each other. So you don't see a ticket that goes directly to the territory or to the pipeline or something.
Yeah, okay.
So they should be completely separated in their domain.
Okay, which means that each of them is staying in their concept.
Exactly.
Okay.
So let's have a look if DDD from
Razorcoder.
I don't know if he created already one. Ah, he made one. So fantastic. You can get this one. I can share that with you. Here we go. So if you want to have a full understanding of DDD, this is for you. Yeah, as I said, I'm not that... I have enough to do with my own videos that I can't always watch all the others. So, but yeah, Razorcoder is amazing.
So Max, what do you want to add a category? Ah, do we have?
Yes, because I reloaded it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So if I click here, currently it's broken. So I don't know why. Where does it come from? If we go into our dashboard screen, we have the category screen. Where did we change something? I thought we only have changed the...
Do you want to
the animation
open the run window? Or?
The run window? We don't get an error, that's the problem. So it seems that we just go into an empty page where nothing is happening. So we have
child, here.
And this child is empty, right?
So
how does it...
The fade transition.
So what I will do is I will select this part and make a right click and go to the local history for this selection. And the cool thing here is now that I can check against all my changes that I did in the last couple of minutes. So if I scroll a little bit down and search for the parts where it is like before, then we can take a look. I think here we committed, so this is the old one. And now on the left side we find our old stuff, and on the right side the new stuff. And now let's have a look. So we have our transition duration, that is right. We return a slide transition. Here we return a fade transition.
We just replaced this one, right?
Yeah. So the question is now, why is animation 1 opacity not there? We have a curve, we created the whole animation with a tween. And here we did not. So where does animation 1 comes from the example that we used? So if we go to the hero animation, and this animation needs to be somewhere, right? So, so where is this animation triggered, right? That is the question. Or am I wrong? I think we need an animation or not.
But the animation doesn't have anything with the showing the categories actually.
But is there not a value inside? Because here is the naming curved animation, parent animation, curved, whatever. So I assume this is somewhere, this lives somewhere here inside. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
You go back to the code again?
Yeah, sure.
So
what we can try is I just print the animation 1.
Transition builder parameter. Transition builder.
This is this one. Yeah, I know it's a parameter. The question is now where comes the animation from, right?
Animation 1, animation 2 in the fade transition.
Ah, it's just a transition. It is an animation here inside. I think that should be doing. The question is more why it's empty than at the end. So we receive the page builder, which creates a category screen with the defined category. The weird thing is we don't get an error. Have we made something here?
Here we have a scaffold.
Ah, here's an error. Ah, wait. Let us roll back this file here. Wait. Ah, for that I found also a solution. Because, sorry for that, I have to fix that
You
quickly.
can just... Huh? Can you do that like you want to commit it and after that roll back everything?
Yes, I could do that, or I can do that. Or better, I do that right now because I have no idea how. Too many keys. Okay, so where is my file? Where I'm it? Category screen it is. So this guy can be rolled back. I maybe may remember the command. So this is Command Option Z. Okay. So maybe it is a build animation. Could be. Oh yeah, Stefan, that's a good point. Good luck everyone who have the exams at the moment. No, that's not it. Still broken.
Is it because of the... No, oh, it
No,
doesn't
that's
have
just
anything
a
with the
test.
test.
It's bad that it is red, but I think this is the default test, so we can also remove it just because with the Flutter create, we created it again.
Ah yeah, okay, I see.
So,
what's going on here now?
what do we find in the widget tree? So for that, I will open up the... this is the animation. So you can see it animates it.
Okay.
And it is visible actually, so there should be no problem with that. Does he also use navigator.push in his animation?
Yeah.
Now in off context push. Wow.
It's raining. Okay, the page route full screen. We need a transition duration. We have, right?
Yes, I think we have that below everything, but we have.
Do you want to bring it up, maybe?
Sure. I don't think that this solves.
No,
anything,
it doesn't
but...
serve, but I think.
Yes. So we have that. Then we have the page builder, which has a context animation and secondary animation. That's fine. We return details.
Yeah, and the detail is in our case the category.
Is a stateful widget. Okay, fantastic. So it is something.
Yeah.
And then we have a transition builder, which gets a context, animation, secondary context, and fade transition. And then child. And the child is what? That should be this details, right?
And do you know what I'm thinking?
No.
Go back. What is this one, Max?
To be honest, I have no idea. The change list. It just shows what we have changed the last.
Okay.
As last. So the question,
So
or what I would like to know is if the widget tree contains that really. So for that, I open the DevTools quickly. Just because I want to see what really happens here. And did we? Do we still have the print? Yeah. So
Max, I have also a question.
Yeah, go for it.
We have here in the category screen. We pass the category.
Yes. We received that from up here, so we have that already before. Welcome, Dotung. Welcome to our channel.
Welcome. So, how do we have category here to pass, or is our category list is empty?
You mean this one?
Yeah.
I think we have the category here. I'm pretty sure with that. So you mean this build could be failing? Yeah, maybe. So mail. Let's try that out.
Yeah.
So whenever. So we have here our DevTools, and what I would like to see at the moment is, do we have something in the widget tree? So for that I will refresh the tree, and now let's see. So we have a material app here, responsive layout builder. We have a scaffold. It's interesting that we don't see anything of that, so it's all black. Then we have a sliver app. This is the dashboard screen. Then we have the fade transition.
Max, go for a hot reload, please.
I think, yeah, can do that.
Or hot restart.
I have the bad feeling that the fade transition does not work for us. I don't know why. So let me check in Google. So fade transition black screen. How can I avoid fade to black? Also Flutter. Pop returning a black screen, okay. It has a different material app widget. Okay, do we have something like that? No, we have a scaffold, which is fair enough. Did you hear that? It's so scary right now.
Should just go have a look.
Yeah, we were so happy that it starts to rain and now it pours. It's broken. Huh, weird. Let us see, when we remove or revert all the things that we did here, right? So we bring all the stuff back that we had beforehand. So it could take a while, but here we go. So this was what we had before, right? What happens if I just change that and I would make that to a fade transition?
Yeah.
Now we get an error because most likely no name parameter position. That makes sense. This is now opacity, right?
Yeah.
So
And we need just the
tween.
We don't need tween. We need just a animation one.
So the tween is currently an offset, right?
Yeah.
So this tween is an offset tween. Begin exactly. So the begin would be just a number in that case, which is 0.0. And the end would be 1.0, right?
Example.
I just keep it for now, just to see that the minimal example works somehow. Terrifying storms last night. All right. So have there been any problems in Netherlands? Like, I don't know, shortage of power or something like that? I think in London there was a lot of problems, or in the UK there were a lot of problems the last storm that I remember. Now we broke it again. Ah, an error message.
An error.
The getter length was called a null. That is something that I can live with. Most likely it tries to create something for us. So inside of here...
Yeah, the category screen. And look at that, the category is null. It's empty.
Yes. No, the category is empty?
I would say.
We can check that on the
length
runner,
of the category
right?
is...
So we get the beef, that works. So this print works. But most likely we have here a list view builder inside. This guy.
Okay.
And this length is 0.
Yeah.
Right? So most likely here it will break.
Because we don't have any recipe in our category.
Yes, exactly.
No?
Or even worse, that we don't have a recipe at all, right? Where do we get the error? Exactly. He can't access length or null. So this part here is null. Huh. Okay.
So what we can do is maybe to pass an empty list.
What we can do is just make a question mark here. I think with that we get automatically 0.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or what we can also try, and another one, Dong Dui.
Dong
Up 3
Dui.
names, fantastic.
Welcome to our channel.
Category.recipes, unequal null, question mark.
Our category, that's recipe.
Default message. Wait, yep, I help you with that, Stefan. So if the error occurs here, I ignore first this stuff. So don't start with reading this. This only explains you where you find the error. This up here shows you always the error. That means whenever you see such an error message, you scroll up and up and up till you come to the 0 part, and then you find the red text. And this is your error message. And if you see it only here...
And in the purple one, show us where is the error, right?
The purple one? Yes. So exactly,
Yeah,
if I click that, I jump directly to that file there. It has an error. And the cool thing is, if you just have this part here, you can read exactly what happens, right? Here is, for example, tried calling. So it tried to access the parameter length, but there was a problem. The getter length was called on null. That means wherever we wanted to call it, that thing was null.
Exactly. Okay.
So that means if we are jumping here, in that case, this part here is actually null at some point.
Okay.
And that means if this is null, we get here with length nothing. So we could make here a check, right? So that
is empty or something?
Is empty, or we could just make a question mark. I think that should work. I'm not sure. No, it's failing. The item count cannot be null. That makes a lot of sense. So this list view has to be done before. So category recipes unequal null. Dann machen wir die list view. Then we do the list view separated. That was a little bit German, sorry. And down here, with all that comment that we can get rid of, I think,
Yeah.
we have down here, for example, just a container.
Yeah.
So now it's empty because we don't have
Perfect.
anything.
Yeah. Maybe like category that length with double question.
Category length. The problem is we get the categories, right? We have categories. The problem is that we don't have for each category a recipe. So that if you take a look, we have a category model which contains a list of recipes. And that was the problem. If this is null, it failed. I think I told you that the last time that this could fail. But anyway, what I see right
Maybe
now...
mine.
I just forgot about it. I could also init the length, but better would be that because these are the init values that we have, if we check the the database thing, if we take a look into the HiveDB, we initialize our test data. And the test data currently creates us category models, and all of them have no idea about these recipes.
Yeah.
So what we could do is we could enhance our constructor here with this dot recipes, and here inside we could say that every recipe that creates as a test data gets an empty list. Does not work because it's a Hive list, so we have to create a Hive list for that, which could be unequal. Could be way harder because this one needs a box now, and the box we get from the category repo where we don't have an access here, I think. No. Recipe repo. We have the recipe repo.
But we need the Hive box.
Yes, which we can get from the recipe repo, if I'm not wrong. But anyway, this would be one solution, but exactly, it would be a bit dirty. So I think the better way is just it. I think we anyway create it when the problem is we don't really create it these parts here, right? So if
the user will create it.
Exactly, the user would actually create this part. So if he selects here and would enter a category name, I found a bug.
Yeah.
Overflow. But if we add now some text and we search for an image, okay, that looks like a bug from. I know where the problem is. The problem is we didn't set for iOS at the moment the allowance to access the file system.
Oh yeah,
and that's
okay.
why it directly crashed. Okay, which is something that we have to fix for the next time, I think. But with that, the Hive list would never be empty. It is just for our test data at the moment that they could be empty.
Okay.
So I would keep that for now. That's okay.
And let's get the transition working.
Exactly, the transition. So let's click on beef. It worked seconds ago. I'm pretty sure. I saw it. It broke the app down. Maybe there was an old version running or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Did you open up all windows?
Not all.
No?
Just in the living room.
You cannot believe how happy I am that it's raining now, finally. That is so good. Wow, completely yellow at the moment. Can I just make that a little bit
You're
down?
rainy yellow.
Why is it so slow? That's so horrible. I have the feeling that was faster one day.
We are watching sometimes our own live streaming to see how we can improve ourselves. And every time when we are looking or watching, we say, we should improve our camera and we should improve our lights.
Yeah.
And I think next time if we watch it again, it's gonna be again the same.
Oh yeah, lights. Lights. That is my next big dream. So whenever we earned a little bit of money with YouTube, then we get some lights.
Yeah.
Then we get some real good lights. That's the dream.
So you can imagine how hot is it in the Middle East, right?
In the middle.
Right now.
I can imagine.
You can also
I can
imagine.
2 years ago, we made the big idea that we should go to Morocco, to the Sahara, to
In
the desert,
July.
inside of the desert, in summertime, and it was it was okay. So as you can see, the animation is working. The problem is we can't navigate back, unfortunately.
Yeah, the problem is with the iOS.
Yeah, so let's create an...
No, let's create the app bar. So we have... Yeah,
That was
what
exactly what I want to say.
So that we have the back button finally.
Okay, so category model is fine. So let's...
You guys
push
are
that
awesome.
up. So
Thank you very much. You also.
improve our... Wait. Before we do that, we wanted to make that hero animation, but we need an app bar. Okay.
Yeah, go, Max. Committed at first. But there's so many changes.
Sorry for everyone who watches this video afterwards in the post stream. We made today a very interesting stream, at least, to say the least. Okay, so we have that. Currently we are using Provider for this app.
Do you want to see every other?
I fixed them. These
okay.
are all in the same file. You can
Perfect.
see on top you have the file, and then currently we are working with Provider. Currently I would recommend Riverpod, Qubit. I love Redux, MobX, whatever floats your boat. So you can also, if you are starting, you make your first Flutter app. My first Flutter app was with setState, which is perfectly fine, works fantastic. Only if you're coming into the troubles that you want to solve, then I would recommend you taking a package for that. So, for example, if you want to learn Provider or something, because first, if you have the problem and you solve it multiple times, then you understand really why you need a package for that. And after that, I would recommend you to take it.
Makes sense. Make sense, really.
You're welcome. So, category screen. We want to have an app bar, right? So, scaffold, app bar.
App bar.
And the category name should be inside, right?
Yeah.
So we have here a text widget.
Category with the name.
Answer stateless widget, fantastic.
And after that we should take off the color. Take care of the color.
But we don't have an image yet, right? So
yeah.
Let's create the image maybe inside of the body, right? So we have that
it
color.
depends. Yeah, okay. But Max, can you navigate it to see if it's work?
Sure.
So like that and like that. Yeah, okay.
Looks good, or?
Yeah.
And now the idea would be that this image here gets a hero animation and gets moved to that part here.
Yeah.
I think I will try later to add that with the Android part. Then we could add an image that we select, and then it looks maybe even better.
Yeah.
Okay, so for that, let's go over here. We did it already with the hero animation. Dashboard screen, right? So we search for our category list here. Here we have the gesture detector, wave border card.
Yeah, we have again the page route builder.
Oh, I have the bad feeling that this image is actually...
Max, get rid of the alt tween.
You don't need the tween?
No, we don't need it.
Okay,
I don't think so. And also here, yeah, tween and drive. No, just the animation one. I think it should be fine.
Yeah, it's actually a value between 0 and 1.
Yeah.
So let's try it. It looks good still, so happy days.
And did you use also the full screen?
No,
parameter?
I didn't. No.
I don't know. I think it had some benefit, but I'm not sure which benefit.
Okay. Should we wait till you find the benefit and then we need it and then check it out?
Yeah.
Or what we can do is check the documentation for it.
Here.
Why we need that full screen dialog?
Yeah.
So we jump inside of that. There is no declaration. Okay. So full screen dialog. In the beginning it's false. That's something. Full screen dialog. Okay, I think everyone thought this is self-explanation. Must not be null. I think it's just that it takes the whole screen or something.
Okay. If it works also without that, you can leave it for now.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Ah, look at that. I know the difference. Instead of having a back button, now we have a cross button.
Ah.
I don't know if this makes so much sense, but I would say with the back button is a better option.
Why?
Because we're coming from, if we think here with our design stream,
we can have it on our last screen, but not in middle of our...
Then we open up this from there. I think that makes sense. Yeah, animations are tough sometimes. If you remember the, I don't know if you have ever worked with the animation package, which I can also maybe share with you, which is my absolutely favorite package. And if I would create another, maybe for the website, I will use that. There we have like predefined animations that are really looking amazing, but it is pretty interesting hard to implement. That is not straightforward, or at least I found it not very straightforward. Some of them are, like open container and so on, but some of them are also very tough to implement. Like for example, this one I tried once, and it's not that easy. Okay. We have that. This works. This works. We have that. The animation is working.
And we should get rid of this full thingy.
So keep it on false. And if we select now, we have the back button
it's better now.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. But I was this morning very surprised about the Lottie files that we can directly implement. Have you seen the result?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I was silent there.
Ah, yeah.
And thank you very much, guys, for all your congratulations. I was happy to read of them.
It's also amazing that you got a job offer now.
Yeah.
Okay, so the animation 1, we got that. Animation is done and good.
And I think it's now much better and more clear and everything.
Yeah.
I don't have the whole mess.
But I think with that image it could be very interesting because it's not that easy, I think. If I remember right, we put that as an image of the container somewhere. Let's see.
What do you mean?
That image from the recipe that you can see here is actually a decoration of a container. Right? So what we could do is making that whole container a hero animation.
Do you mean because of the borders, the round border?
Yes, but I think that should work still.
It should still work, I would say.
I think it doesn't care about it.
Yeah.
Saxa is asking you something.
Oh, your job offer for Flutter. Yeah, I got a job offer for Flutter and I signed my contract 2 weeks ago, I think, or last week on Monday, something like that. After 2-3 interviews that I had, and I was very lucky, and I'm still very lucky. At first, because of it, this is my first full-time position as software engineer. And the second one is that it's a Flutter position, which makes me really happy. Thank you.
Congratulations, always. That was really fantastic to hear. So we have this, and I would like to have, the tag needs to be unique, right? If you remember. And therefore I will give it the ID of the category itself and give it the category image. So it is something like that. So now the tag is always unique. I can remember this one, right, as a constant. And this part is always unique to the category itself. So I don't duplicate it in any case. So Timati, in navigation route, can I value backwards from detail screen to main? Yes, you can.
This is with pop, right? Or what?
I think if he does it like we do it, then you need to pop exactly, and the pop can send data with. So, for example, do we have here navigation pop? No. I think you have to take the back button then, inside of the app bar, and you have there the back. No. I don't know where the back button is, or maybe you have to even implement it yourself. But what you need some button that you can click, and as soon as you click it, you can send via the navigation.pop.
How about if you use the actions, and you can use button? Yeah, in the app bar.
Ah, yeah.
You have also.
So to navigate back.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that right now.
No, it's fine.
But,
yeah, okay.
If we think about, for example, add categories, if we press the submit button, the navigation.pop that happens could also send some data with. And you can just make a wait for it. Arm wrestling challenge? Okay.
Arm wrestling challenge? Okay.
Random. Category image ID, exactly. So I wanted to take this hero animation now to our category.
Where is this coming from?
This is now our category screen. Category recipes, list view. Wait, this is the wrong one. I don't want to have here the hero animation actually.
Why? Why is this right?
Slowly, because this is the category itself, which contains the container with the row and everything. This is for our... When we navigate it, then we are on the category screen. So this is this list here that we can see. And here we want to have a text above, right, where we have that image, if you remember.
Yeah, we want at first show an image and on bottom of that the title.
Still, is it... So we have a list view separated inside of the category screen.
But you should scroll up here in the column. And at the first element of our column gonna be the image.
But be careful. Ah, yeah. This we can do. Yeah. So here we have a container, you mean? Right?
For example, or we can also use the image art directly.
Yeah.
I think.
Let's start with the container because I think we have to give some sized box, or we can use a sized box for that. Or yeah, let's stick with the image for now. Sorry.
All right.
Image dot, what is it? A memory?
The memory, yeah.
Which is category dot
file.
As you can see, the type is uint8 list at the moment.
Yeah.
So this file shows us the memory in that case.
And I think we should check it. If we have the category file, we can use the image in memory. And if this is not the case, we should use the image URL, which we can use with the asset or the other one, the network.
Yeah, so... okay, so we have to take a ternary operator here, right? So you see, Stefan, that was your first real...
Not empty.
Work.
It's not empty.
It's not empty?
Yeah, delete it.
Okay.
File.
File dot is not empty.
Yeah.
But are you sure? Because,
Question? Yeah. No? Okay.
It could be, let's check. So this is...
This can be, we need a string.
That is network then, right? So, and here it is category dot file URL.
Image URL.
Close it up.
Exactly.
The problem that I see is what happens if the file is null. Then we try to access is not empty.
Okay.
And what happens then is it crashes. So this here needs to be unequal null.
Okay.
So because the file could be not there, and if we try to access the getter, we get the same error message like with the length seconds ago. Okay, so let's see.
Do we have also is not null?
On an element? No.
Yeah, no?
No.
Okay.
But with a null type safety check from DAR 2.8 that we can implement, I think, then we would have that.
Okay.
Really looks not that good, I think.
I think we should have also something like
I think it's coming from here.
fit or...
Yeah, so box fit cover.
So I think I have to have a look again what's going on.
Why? What up?
No, I can't turn off this one.
Right here. So we want to have a width, let's say 1250, and a height of 400. And this here can be double infinity because we want to have it for the full screen size. Okay, now we have some padding surrounding it. That looks a bit strange. So this padding seems to be wrong. Remove that. Something like this. So, and now the thing with the hero animation happens and starts. So we would surround the whole part as a hero animation. Yeah, should be possible, right? So we can wrap the whole thing with a hero. Then we have here a tag, which we call category dot, or I think I have that in my copy list. Yep. So that would be this. No, I think that's too less. Have we or have we not? Here we go. So, and the category is the only category that we receive, right? So like this. And for the other one, where we want to call it, this would be...
The Abby said, after stream adding some timestamps for some major bugs fix. Any solution tips like that to the description will be helpful. Rewatching the whole video for find something is...
That's true.
That's true.
That's why we don't do it, because we have to rewatch the whole video at the moment. And we have so much to do that I don't know where to find the time to rewatch it. But if someone feels free and have to rewatch it anyway, then it would be fantastic to send us a list with all the different timestamps. I think I did that on 1 or 2 videos where I made a round estimation where we did something. But yeah, I can try to do that, I promise.
We can imagine that it's really hard for you guys,
Yeah.
but yeah, we hope that you can also understand us. It's sometimes too much.
So, okay,
so
next, last step. We have the category list here.
could you manage the hero tag?
I'm not ready yet. We have it only in one element. So this one is now a hero, but we need it also for the parent. Oh, no, it's not
Why?
there yet.
It's there.
Is it there? But why? No, it's not there, I think. It's just the text that is flying around.
Okay.
We need to make it for the other part. Oh, that's maybe a good idea.
Maybe mark the timestamp as you record.
Okay, so
So
maybe
every time when we remember that we should commit it, Max,
Yeah, or
commit in timestamp.
it would be a good option that you guys from the screen, whenever you find a valuable timestamp, you just write timestamp or exclamation mark timestamp.
That we remember
that we remember that, and then we can just watch the chat later and then just add the timestamps as we go. I think that would be fantastic.
That would be great. Okay.
So then we have
Let's see if we can.
and we can work
fix
together on that problem, because I can really imagine. I really would like to improve that somehow, but we have just 2 options there: reduce the timings of the live stream so that we can watch everything once more, or So add recipe screen. This is something else. A dashboard screen.
From dashboard, we click on the
element, right?
Element.
Add recipe screen is somewhere else. Liver padding, and then we have this category list.
And here we should have somewhere some.
Add category card.
No, this is the last card.
Yeah, and then we have the gesture detector.
Yeah.
Which the whole thing with the
wave
border
card. This is here, Max.
But where's the image? Is it this one?
Yeah. Can you jump inside?
Category file null or category file? So if it's null, we return the category file or null to the wave border card. And the wave border card knows itself what it should do, right? It takes the one or the other. Yeah, no, I think that is not the best solution then. So wrap this one with a, or is it this one? Wait.
Please jump at.
I jump
inside.
And I think we have a container here.
Max, the hero animation for the title works already, so we should have somewhere the hero animation.
Yeah, but the title.
Can you scroll? Here we go. Hero with the recipe card name.
Yes, that is part of it, but we want to have the whole container, right? Because here we have the lazy network image. Or we wrap the lazy network image.
Yeah, I would say the same.
Let's see. So let's wrap this one with a hero. Let's try that. Create a tag for that. Oh, where does it get the ID? I think that wave border card could be better implemented for the future, because we need the ID somehow.
Okay.
So this would be ID or category ID, which is then category.id. Let's see how we can do that in the future, but that's for now. String, okay.
I have some bad feelings.
You have some bad feelings? That's okay. We have to start somewhere. Undefined name category ID.
The problem is why do we have some recipe card names and some category? What's going on here?
I don't know anymore.
You always just ignore my feelings.
This is my relationship tips for you guys today. Ignore the that is long-lasting relationships are built out of that. So, but as you can see, it works. It's jumping around.
Yeah, also with ignoring it works. It's amazing.
But it's
okay.
good, or
Yeah,
the only problem that I don't like is that
can you imagine that I ignore your feelings?
That
no,
the
never.
border roundings getting away. But I think that's okay for now.
Yeah, it should.
It should, yeah, also. But it's plopping out. I don't know if you see that, but it's as soon as I click, it starts directly to get
Go for it.
cornery. You see? If you take a look here, it's like jump. Mahtab, a real designer would give you really problems with that.
Yeah?
I know that, yeah.
Okay.
But for us, it's okay for now. And I think the stream is already over.
Yeah, actually we
so
are.
long again. Ah, jeez. All right, so.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Timothy said this category data you taking from server or created manually. Can I take a look at it for 5 seconds?
Sure, you can. So the data we have, how can we explain it? We create our categories and our recipes all locally on the device. So we don't get anything from a server or something.
Maybe you can open the DB Hive, or?
Yeah, we can go in the repository. I think there we have all our files. So we have currently used the Hive DB, and with the Hive DB we get and save our categories and also our recipes.
Yeah.
And all of them are getting an own provider. As you can see, they are. What is that? Ah, no, this is the middleware. But they have their models, and currently we have recipes and we have categories, and a category can have multiple recipes, and this is our structure at the moment, so more or less our database structure.
I hope this could help you. We don't get any feedback, man.
No?
Guys, are you here?
So everyone is confused. Fantastic. No, I think we managed something again today. We had some improvement in our design, which is amazing, I think. What I will do is adding a timestamp, at least for the design and the development phase. I think that would help already.
This could help, yeah.
And then we have here in the categories, we can click on it and we have the possibility to show them. And the next step would be from you to make that a bit more beautiful, that it doesn't take the whole screen. And also down here, that chicken part, that it's getting...
To have some cards and...
To look at that, it looks like more like this. So this is the next part.
Perfect. We will do it in our next session, which gonna be probably on Saturday or Sunday. Let's see
how we have time.
And
best.
We will let you know, guys, as soon as we prepare that.
Else, thank you very much for joining us today.
That was again an amazing session. Thank you for your support, and
And if you know someone who would be interested in learning Flutter, then please share our videos with them. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, and we will enjoy the ride for sure.
Yeah.
Now it's time.
All right, guys. So thanks a lot. We see us the next time. I'm really happy for everything. Tomorrow is our Flutter Karlsruhe. That's also interesting.
This is our first meetup. But as you know, because of Corona, it's going to be online meetup. Yep. So if you are interested, guys, we are more than happy to see you around.
Yep. Oh, maybe I can share a link there, right?
Yeah,
so
you can do that.
Check. Because for the meetup, you can also register there because it's online. But this is, of course, the wrong one, and I'm not logged in. So let me check.
Max will have a presentation about DevTools in Flutter. And I'm going to be the moderator. So let's see how everything turns out.
So, let's see if I'm logged in here.
And Stefan is there.
Yeah.
Great.
Oops.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think this is it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that could be interesting for you. It's actually for our user group in Karlsruhe, and we want to set up there something. And at the moment we are 10 people, so I think nobody will be annoyed if someone joins there.
I don't think so. And we are more than happy to have you around, guys.
Absolutely.
So, take care.
Yep.
Have fun.
Until the next time.
Till the next time.
Thank you.
See you guys. Bye.